Remember, people, next week is the Season 1 finale, so on New Year's Eve, you guys are getting a big review. Now let's talk about this week. This is Mega Man NG, and we are back with a TMNT Season 1 episode review. We're now at episode 24. We're almost at the end. So we are going to be talking about my thoughts on episode 24, Season 1, Operation Breakout. So here's the deal. I'll be providing a summary of the episode, as well as some of the things that I truthfully liked. And there was a lot to like. Believe me, there is a lot. Let's get started. April receives an email that has an encrypted recording. But after Don is able to decipher it, he learns the whereabouts of where her dad, Mr. O'Neill, is. Hoping to impress April, Don decides to go on his own and rescue Mr. O'Neill, hoping to impress her. But Donatello gets more than what he bargains for and then eventually gets himself captured alongside a deadly prisoner known as the Newtralizer. When the Turtles try to find their sibling, they find trouble. Knowing the danger that's about to befall them, can the Turtles be able to save Mr. O'Neill, stop the Kraang, as well as the Neutralizer? It's the penultimate episode before the finale, and this episode is pretty good. We actually get to see Donnie being able to do some action for a change. And this is a Don-centric episode because, let's be honest, this guy is smitten with April O'Neil. Or rather, he's smitten for her. And his smitten, his desire for love, well, look where that got him. This episode also marks the debut of the Neutralizer. The Neutralizer is a very dangerous foe. Sadly, however, he has no voice actor. Yet. But if you can tell throughout the episode, the guy is dangerous. He's packed to the brim with his arsenal. And when you saw in some parts of the episode, with him opening fire on anything and everything, it's ominous of the threat he will be bringing later on in the series. Especially later on in Season 5, aka Tales of the TMNT in the two-parter Worlds Collide. This shows him at his most dangerous. But I won't spoil who his voice actor will be. That's going to be when that moment comes. And you want to know what makes him really scary? He even takes a Kraang brain and swallows it. That right away is terrifying. Also, the guy is a pet project of the Kraang, taking a newt, mutating him, and turning him into a dangerous threat. The main plot itself, with Donatello trying to rescue Mr. O'Neill, reminded me a bit of Metal Gear, and also has a bit of Resident Evil with the tension because the Neutralizer is sort of like the tyrant, hunting down the target, or rather hunting down like the Donatello in this case, and when he finds him, well, he's pretty much in trouble. And being that he's armed to the teeth is even worse. I'm reminded of Nemesis for some reason. Although Nemesis is like a tyrant with a brain, the Neutralizer is pretty much a mutated newt armed with weapons but can't speak. At least not yet. But like I said, it's just truthfully dangerous. He is just dangerous, as you guys know. There was also a subplot regarding April O'Neil. April was undergoing training with Master Splinter until she hears something that she shouldn't. She uses Splinter's own teachings to help in bring in, or rather being able to figure out what it was, and she ended up finding some kind of mutation device. Whatever that device is for is going to end up being a plot point later on. But what do you expect? Everything about this episode screams awesome, and I love it. It's all there. You have the action with the battle scenes with the Turtles taking on the Kraang and the Neutralizer, the tension, the dread, the works. Everything about it screams awesome. There were some good moments in there, like, for example, Don trying to rescue Mr. O'Neill, as well as the Neutralizer wreaking havoc, and you can tell the Neutralizer is very dangerous once he's back armed to the teeth. Yeah, the guy is a major threat, and this guy doesn't know when to go down. Even during at the end with the big bad battle between the Turtles and the Neutralizer, even when they thought that they beat him, he survives. And he ends up becoming a recurring threat to the Turtles later on throughout the entire series. You'll see what I mean when we get to the reviews for Season 2. The episode also has a bit of foreshadowing. Foreshadowing that details what's going to happen in the Season 1 finale at the end. Turn out everything that had happened was all a plot by Shredder and the Kraang. And yeah, you can tell at the very end when Kirby O'Neill changes his expression, yeah, I have a bad feeling about this. A very, very bad feeling. My rating for it will be in the description. I love this episode a lot, but like I said, next week is New Year's Eve, the end of 2017. And I hope that 2018 is a better year, not just for me, but for my channel and for all of you here. There are no words to describe what's happening right now, and I'd rather not want to talk about it. But anyway, next week is going to be the Season 1 finale review, where I talk about the two-parter showdown. And like when I did with the first 2 episodes, Rise of the Turtles, I'll be reviewing both parts. In other words, I'm making this a very big review. This big review is not only going to detail a summary of both parts, but I'm also going to be providing my overall thoughts on Season 1 as a whole. What good, bad, or anything like that. It's a big one. There won't be a top 5 countdown or anything like that. I just feel personally it would be appropriate because with Season 2, what I'm going to be doing next, Season 1 is, in a nutshell, been very good. And it has aged well. It has aged very well. I will be explaining all about it when it happens, when I do my Season 1 finale review next week. So, look forward to that when it comes. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it for this TMNT episode review. It's not a long review because I always make these reviews shorter. No disrespect to anybody, but if you want to see some better reviews, check out our RPG reviews of TMNT. He's already done Season 1 like years ago. I'm just doing this because I made a promise to my viewers that I would watch the show from the beginning and provide my thoughts on each episode, twice every Sunday. And I will continue to do so every day until I cover every single one. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button. It really does mean a lot to me. And I will see you on New Year's Eve for when I cover my review on the Season 1 finale. I wish everyone a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, deck the halls. Hope your holidays are a good one. This is Mega Man NJ signing off. Peace out. Booyakasha!